I've been storytelling for about a year and a half. You see, where do stories come from? And a lot of them come from our lives. And I have collected up a whole lot of stories of things that happened to me. It's kind of like life's most embarrassing moments. And I go back to the second grade when I didn't raise my hand in time and had an accident. And I go back to the 8th grade when I got paddled for not kissing a girl. That's a story. Then there's one where I played tic-tac-toe with a chicken. That's an interesting story. But tonight, I haven't done too many work stories. I worked for the Tampa Tribune for a long time. And this story, I did a lot of interviews. I was an entertainment writer. I covered television and concerts and music. And I haven't told too many stories about my work. But there was one story that stands out in my mind. And the year is 1978. That's a long time ago. And I was just beginning with the Tampa Tribune. And I was getting these assignments, and I'm going to go to the Lakeland Civic Center on Saturday. I remember this because it was my birthday, May 21st, 1978. It was my birthday on Saturday, and I was going to have to work. I had two things to do that day. One, go to the Lakeland Civic Center and interview Dolly Parton. And then go over to a Dolly Parton look-alike contest and write about that. Now, that year in 1978, Dolly was kind of in the middle of her career. She hadn't made those movies yet. She hadn't done Steel Magnolias or 9 to 5. She was primarily known as a country singer and had been on the Porter Wagner show, a half-hour syndicated show. And she had some hit songs. Now, the look-alike contest, everywhere she went that year, they had a look-alike contest. It was sort of a gimmick, promotional thing. But the newspaper was excited about the local person who looked like Dolly Parton. But, so I had to combine it into one story. And I'm not too crazy about country music. I'm not familiar with Dolly Parton. Like I saw her on TV, and I said, well, she's attractive, and she's on that. I thought of her as a country Barbie doll. So I didn't think that. And she had a couple big hits. And so it's Saturday afternoon, and I got a photographer with me, and we're the only people in the Lakeland Civic Center. She's going to do a sound check. And she comes out, and she's dressed in the dress that she'll perform in, this beautiful white dress. It's dark in there. We're in the audience, and there's nothing in there. It's a big empty place. And she's doing it a cappella. She has no accompaniment. And she starts singing, and I was just so impressed. The voice just goes up, and it just fills the room, and it's just a beautiful, crystal clear voice. And I'm wow, I just underestimated what Dolly could do. And he takes pictures of her, and if you look up images under Dolly Parton, you'll see the same picture that was in the Tampa Tribune that year. His picture went everywhere. And so comes time for the interviews. She says, come around to my trailer in the back and interview me there. I want to get out of this outfit. And so I go around and knock on the door, and she opens it, and there's Dolly Parton. Now she's a small woman with a large head. I think it's a show business, people with large heads just go for it. And she's got the wig on. I don't think anybody could live who saw her without that wig. She's just it's just not done. No one has ever seen Dolly without that wig. But she's changed out of that dress, and she's got on a house coat, and she's wrapped it around her, and she's come in, sit down, just me and her, and she's right in front of me, and the house coat is kind of open a little bit right here, and I'm a professional journalist. I am not going to stare at arguably the most famous breasts in America. They're within reach. I'm not going to look. I'm going to listen. I asked her a couple of questions, and I look her in the face, and she reaches over and she touches my knee. I know, I didn't wash it for you. She says, honey, go ahead and look at them. Everybody else does. Oh, great. I broke the ice. I don't think I can get that in the paper. But it's okay. So we start talking. And then it occurs to me, I wondered if they're real. But I'm a professional journalist. I can't ask that. I mean, so I kind of, would you ever consider cosmetic surgery? She said, honey, if these things start sagging, I'm going to nip them, tuck them, or suck it up, whatever I have to do. And we just start laughing. We laugh, and I said, well, you know, Dolly, I have underestimated, you know, how disarming you are and how smart you are. And that's what I was thinking in my head. I said, okay, I don't think I get that in the paper either. But then I said, well, what about these look-alike contests? What do you think about that? She says, well, I don't know. I go to these things, and these women come out, and they got these huge boobs, and they got this hair wig, and got this awful makeup on. I said, God, do I look like that? I come back here and look in the mirror and said, well, maybe I do. I got that. And I thought, what I learned from that, because in all my stories I kind of learned something, was you just can't underestimate, you know. You just don't know a book by its cover. And from then on, I've always had admiration for Dolly. For that one time. Everybody says you can't find a bad thing about her. It was a great experience of all the interviews I've done. Thank you.